Hey nerds, Nathan here. I love free stuff, you love free stuff, so as a wise DJ Khaled once said, we got another one. To unlock the following tutorial, you are required to subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, or down if you want to hurt my feelings. I hope that worked. Alright, let's do this. In this video I'm going to show you how you can make your own electrifying text in After Effects using the style of our Electro Junkie 2 package we released. Pause the video here while you go and download the project file from our website, link is down below, and open in After Effects. If you're an After Effects Pro and prefer to play on hardcore mode, you'll be able to figure things out pretty quickly and dig deeper than this. But for everyone else, we've included a bunch of preset options to make your life easier. There's two methods. One is to click on the controls layer in the master comp. The other, my preference, is to open Window Essential Graphics. Here we can see a list of options that are nicely organized. Let's go ahead and expand them all to get an overview. We've got some top level effects, text adjustments, and then some final touches to tweak the energy we see moving around the text. I'm going to run through each of these options and try to create something that's half decent. First up is the biggest decision, the main color. I'm going to choose this vibrant green. Then we have these next two, which may be useful depending on your desired style. There's Vhs and Pixelated Effects. For this, I'm not going to use them. HQ effects, if turned off, will reduce your render times if the absolute highest quality isn't required for your project. The text editor options are pretty straightforward. We have two options here that have very different outcomes. I'm going to use the Chrome look. In the text styles, we have four options. This is the most fun part, adding your own text. For some shameless self-promotion, I'm going to use my name. One of the most impressive parts about this template is how the effects can be applied automatically to any font. The style of this package is naturally leaning towards a more text style, so I'll pick something I know will work. But of course, you do whatever you want. Adjust the size of the font to work within the additional elements. The extrusion adjusts how much depth is given to the neon parts. The neon lights can be turned on and off. I'm leaving these bad boys on because honestly, who wouldn't? Text color will adjust the light shining onto the text. I'm going to pick a purple. The text slant is your own italics control, pretty simple. Small energy quantity adjusts the amount of static electricity effects. Secondary color shift can get a bit of an interesting light effect on the text. To keep things subtle, I wouldn't stray too far from the default setting. Move mixing element. This is useful if your text ends up much narrower or wider than the default. Might be good to tighten this up. Additional light adds another light source if things are getting a bit dark for your liking. Overall brightness essentially ramps up the light's brightness. I'm going to leave this as it is. Last options are the color of the static energy that you will see during the animation. Let me find a frame where it's visible so we can get to work on this. The color choices here are really subtle with the exception of the brights. My recommendation here is to choose a range of colors that not only work well together, but are vastly different from the colors you've chosen previously. It creates a nice, interesting contrast. To me, this will be finished, but for anyone using this who wants to remove all the decor around the text, there's a few other things to note. Let's open up the composition called Custom Content. Here you can hide the horizontal lines like so. The next one to look at is Custom Holograms. In here you can move them or hide them like so. And last but not least, open up the Custom Text Core and find layers named Mixing Elements. Select them all and hide them. But I like all that stuff, so rewind. I hope by now you've created the most electrifying text loop in content creation. Before we do anything else, let's save this. Now time to output this beast. Your desired output will probably be as a MOV with transparency. To do this, we do File, Export, Add to Render Queue. Select the output module, find QuickTime, choose RGB and Alpha for the channels, turn off audio because we don't have any, and hit OK. Choose your output destination and name, click Render, then go make yourself a coffee, grab a beer or two, and impatiently wait for the progress line to hit 100%. I'll hop in my DeLorean to speed this up. MOV file sizes are huge, but they're also very versatile and high quality. If you're a streamer, you may want to convert your project to WebM file via the Adobe Media Encoder. If you haven't got WebM as an export option, you will need to download the WebM plugin. Link and instructions are down below. Assuming you've downloaded and installed the plugin, we'll move on. You can either export directly to WebM via Adobe Media Encoder, or if you're like me and don't like crashes, I highly recommend doing the previous MOV export and then dragging that new file into a new composition and cropping down the dimensions as small as possible. A little trick to do this without losing any of the cool glowing effects is to add an adjustment layer on top with curves adjustment on the alpha, like so. This shows us the very edges where the glow stops. Alright, crop down my MOV composition. Now I'll export via Adobe Media Encoder using the WebM settings shown here. Most of these settings are completely up to you and worth playing around with to find your balance between performance and quality, but always remember to include alpha. Now you have your MOV and your WebM for all your content needs. If exporting the video is overkill or you just want to keep things simple, exporting as a PNG is also an option. With the composition you want exported opened, navigate to the menu Composition, Save Frame As, click File, then change output to PNG and ensure RGB plus alpha channels are selected. Click OK. Now choose your output destination and hit render. We hope you enjoyed this tutorial enough to subscribe. Please subscribe. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. Until next time.